Hi, welcome to Gemini Star Spiritual Wellness. Thank you for joining me today. I'm excited that you're here with me for this video. So in today's video, we're going to do our weekly read for the week of November 2nd through the 8th of 2025 for all the air signs. So that would be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So let's see what's going on for all the air signs for this upcoming week. And please hit that like button. That really helps my channel to grow. And I would appreciate it if you hit that like button. It'll help to get it out to more air signs that need to see this information. And please hit subscribe if you haven't already. That way you'll get future videos I put out. I do the element readings, weekly readings every Friday. And every Saturday, it's the general collective weekly reading for the upcoming week. And thank you to all my current and new subscribers. And my subscribers have been with me since the beginning. I really appreciate your support of the channel. So let's see what's going on for all the air signs. What is the energy for air signs for the week of November 2nd through 8th, 2025? Okay, let's see what's going on. And as always, please take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. So let's see. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. We got the Three of Swords. We got the Eight of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups. That the Eight of Pentacles has been coming out a lot in the readings. King of Wands, Four of Pentacles, and the Sun. Okay, so coming into the week of November 2nd, air signs, we are working hard. And like I said, this has been coming out a lot with a lot of the readings I've been doing for October. So it looks like everybody's working, working hard. But you can see he's busy working on his little pentacle there, and he's already finished all these. So he's working hard. So I feel like you're working on something, and you've been working on it for a while. It's not like you just started. And this is in the past position, so you've already been doing it. You've already been working on it, and you're about 80% where you want to be with it. So you're almost there, but you still have a little bit more to do. You're not quite finished. But this is something that you've been working on for a while, and you've been spending a lot of energy on it. Time and energy. But in the current energy air signs, we're sitting pretty nice in this Queen of Pentacles energy, and we're feeling abundant. We're feeling established, like abundant, established, what we're doing. And and it goes back to this past energy of working hard. So we're feeling abundant, we're feeling kind of stable financially, but just stable in abundance, like in a good place abundantly. But we are working hard on it to be in that abundant energy. And I feel like there's something particular we've been working on. I don't know if it's like a work project or something like that, but there's something particular we've been working on to help with our abundance. So we've already been doing that for a while. Like I said, we're about 80% there, but we're kind of in a good place right now as a Queen of Pentacles. Because the Queen of Pentacles, she's stable, she's secure, she's got her little pentacle in her lap, and she's in a good place. She's like in a stable, happy, abundant place. But she's also very wise, and she has confidence, and she has all those queenly abilities. And that's where we are right now as air signs, where that's our current energy. But the situation is there's been some kind of heartbreak involved. Now, if this is like a work situation, maybe, things have not been working out at like a job that you've been at, and you've been working on leaving that situation and going to a new employment, going to a different type of employment or a different career. Maybe things just have not been working out really good. Oh, sorry, I feel like a sneeze is coming on. Excuse me. But you are coming out of some kind of heartbreak. And this is current energy. So it's like this is happening right now, but the heartbreak I feel has already happened. And you're kind of dealing with it. You're dealing with it. Now, if this is like a relationship, maybe you've been working hard to get over the heartbreak. You're working hard on your stability, on your security, on your abundance to help you get through this heartbreak, to help you get through to heal from it. So it could be you're working hard to heal from it and doing inner work, but it also could be because a lot of times if there's a heartbreak, you dive into your work to help you heal from it. So you could be working extra in the past to kind of get over this heartbreak. But there's definitely like, and I call this, it's like a melancholy. Every time I see this card, the word that comes to my head, it's kind of like sadness, melancholy, heartbreak. So and this is the situation, you're still in it. I mean, it's like, it's coming from the past into the current, but you're still in this type of energy, this heartbreak, sadness energy. But the atmosphere around you, air sign, is changing. So there is a new beginning coming in, and it could be a new beginning in love. Now, if this is a relationship that you're dealing with, it could be a new beginning and a new love relationship is coming in. Or it could be, if it's a job situation, it could be like a new beginning in a career or a job that you're going to love, something that you're really excited about and you're going to love. And you're going to have a lot of emotions for it because you can see the water is just flowing out of the cup. So there's a lot of emotions. And this is like a new beginning that right here at this hand that the universe is giving you. It's helping to bring this in for you, but it's something that's going to bring you joy, satisfaction. You're going to have a lot of positive emotions about it if it's a job situation. But if it's a relationship, same thing. It's going to be like a stable, secure, happy relationship, something that you're going to really be happy with and have a lot of emotion for, and feel stable in the relationship. It's not going to be toxic. It's going to be, very positive, and it's going to help kick you out of this energy. So this is all the current energy for us air signs right here for going into the week of November 2nd through the 8th. This is our current energy. So I feel like even though the atmosphere is this, this Ace of Cups, I feel, and that's a good thing, right? It's a new new beginning in love, and you have all these positive emotions, feeling happy and excited, and something your heart's really excited about. Even though that's the atmosphere, it's like I feel strongly that we're still dealing with this heartbreak and sadness right now. So we're not, we're not out of this energy yet. We're still working through it. We're still dealing with it. And that's part of why, we've been working so hard on our pentacles and getting ourselves into a good place. So even though we're kind of in a good place with this Queen of, Pentacles energy, and we're stable now compared to where we were in the past, we're much more stable, but there's still this element of sadness and loss and heartbreak that we're dealing with. We're not completely out of that. But in the near future, this is where we're going. So we've got the King of Wands, and I'm sensing, what I'm feeling and hearing is this is tied into this new beginning. So it could be like, and it doesn't have to be a masculine, even though it's a man on the card. It's just the energy of that archetype. So it could be a female coming in. But it could very well be there's a King of Wands in the near future coming in, and that's where this new beginning in love is coming from. But let me pull. I'm going to do 2 cards as clarifiers on this. So why is the King of Wands in the near future for air signs? King of Wands in the near future for the air signs. 2 clarifiers, please. Okay, right here. Oh, okay. Okay, so these are the clarifiers I got. So it could very well be that you have a King of Wands that's coming in, or somebody with this archetypal energy. It could be a fire sign, doesn't have to be, but it's like they're very action oriented, but they're a king, so they're not as, I want to say, flighty as the Knight of Wands. They're more like mature and established, and they have confidence, and they're more grounded than the Knight would be. But you have somebody coming in with like wants to take action, a passionate person. And the clarifiers I got as to why, that card popped up for us all in the near future is these two cards, which is very interesting. So it looks like there's going to definitely be some contention with this person coming in. So I don't know if it's somebody from your past coming back that maybe you've had some issues with. And that could very well be it's a past person that there was like some contentions and arguing with, and it wasn't like it wasn't like a happy breakup or a happy ending and you went your separate ways. And that could be why we're in this Three of Swords energy, is because, this is someone from our past that's coming back around that had broke our heart in the past. And there was, like I said, contention, fighting, arguing. There's like a lot of low vibrational energy there that was going on in the relationship, if that's the case. And it could be that this person's coming back around and maybe, they're out of this low vibrational energy now. They're no longer in that lower vibrational energy, and they're now in a place of being a king. So they've matured, they've, grown since the breakup, they've, changed. But you need to use your intuition, is what I'm feeling with this situation. If it is somebody from your past, like just don't run to them with arms wide open, use your intuition about it. If it is someone coming back from your past that had broken your heart, make sure that they're in that, no longer in that lower vibrational energy. Make sure that this is no longer the case with this person, that there's some contention and fighting, that's all, that they have in fact changed. Now, if it's a new person, if this King of Wands is representing somebody new coming in the near future, I feel like this contention could be an inner thing for us air signs, that because of what we experienced in the past and we've gone through this heartbreak, sadness, and this melancholy here, even though it's a new beginning in love, if we're not fully healed, we could be having issues within ourselves about being afraid to move forward in the situation. Like we're scared of getting hurt again. So we kind of put up walls. We have this kind of contentious attitude of, just being very not real open, I guess, to having a relationship, or being very defensive. I'm hearing the word defensive, and I'm seeing I'm seeing somebody like with a long spear, like medieval fighting, and they're poking at the opponent with the spear, and they're like very defensive, afraid of getting hurt again. And so the wall's up and you're very defensive. So if it's somebody new that you don't know that's coming into your life, you might have to be careful about this in dealing with it. And it comes back to whether you're healed or not. So this is all in the current energy, that you're still dealing with it. But I feel like by the time this person comes in, you're more or less going to be, because this is near future and this hasn't happened yet. This is coming our way. But I feel like, probably by the time this person comes back in, if it's a new person, hopefully we're out of this energy by then. And that's what I'm feeling. Like we're going to be a good bit healed by that point. But we might have that reaction. We might have that defensive reaction because of what we went through in the past. And maybe we're like 99% healed or 98%, and we still have that little sliver that we have to work through, that we're not completely recovered from yet. And it's going to put us in this defensive energy. But I'm definitely feeling strongly, and I'm hearing use your intuition on this. Make sure that if it's a new person, follow your intuition and try not to be super defensive. Try to recognize that that's a, self-protective mechanism that you're doing from what you went from in the past, and, at least give them a chance and feel them out a little bit. using your intuition, because with this card being in our atmosphere and then the other cards coming up, I definitely feel like there's great potential if this is a new person coming in. And even if it's a past person coming in, it could be, if it's a past person that broke your heart in the past, it could be, use your intuition and just, because they might have changed, because I'm feeling strongly, I'm hearing that they've grown and they've matured, and they're not the same person they used to be. That's what I'm hearing. So if it's someone from the past, give them a chance. That doesn't mean you have to get into a relationship with them, but like use your intuition when you're talking to them. Pay attention to the red flags, kind of feel them out to see if they have indeed changed, because this, this is a positive card. The universe is bringing us this new beginning in love. It's bringing us this. So it's kind of like, it's good. It has the potential, even if it's a past person, it has the potential of being a very positive relationship. It could be a very positive new beginning in love, but you definitely want to use your intuition, because that high priestess, she's really smart and she's in touch with her intuition, and she really follows it and lets it guide her. And she has a lot of esoteric knowledge as well. So I would definitely let that guide you. But for the advice cards, for this is what I got. So that's why I'm saying this has the potential of being a great relationship, because right here we got the Sun card, and this is one of the best cards in the deck, and it was next to the King of Wands. So that's what I'm saying. If it's a past person, they probably have, matured and grown. And then I told you what I heard, they're not the same person they used to be. So there's, it's a positive thing is what I'm saying. Like they have grown and changed in a positive way. If it's a new person, it's somebody that would be good, that could be a very good match for you and be in alignment with you. And they're, mature and they've got their stuff together. And even though they're passionate, they're not like passionate in a flighty type energy like a knight would be. Like they're established, they're wise, they have their stuff together, and they're grounded like a king. So that's, so it would be, between these two right here, it's telling me that with these two cards, it's telling me that this has the potential to be a really good relationship for us, air signs. Now, the other card that's interesting for the advice card was the Four of Pentacles. And so I feel like kind of going back to this, there's a sense of insecurity here a little bit. And it could be within, it's like, I feel like it's more of an internal insecurity, like that defensiveness I was talking about, but we're not quite sure where this relationship is going to go, whether it's an old person from the past coming back or it's a new person. There's this sense of like, well, we want to hold on to all, like, see how he's holding on to all those pentacles. He even has his feet right here. He has his feet down on the pentacles, holding them down. So he's like, there's a sense of insecurity. He's like holding on to it, like hoarding these pentacles, because he's not sure what's going to happen, what's going to come around the corner. And there's this sense of insecurity. And I feel like in this situation, because of what happened in the past, and you're coming out of this heartbreak and sadness and melancholy kind of energy, there's this sense of defensive, like, you're a little defensive. Whether it's a new relationship or someone from the past, there's that defensive element to it that we need to watch. But there's also a sense of insecurity, because you're like, well, I don't know what's going to happen, with this relationship. I mean, you're feeling like it could go somewhere and you want it to, but there's this sense of like, you're kind of nervous. I'm feeling very nervous. Kind of energy, like this insecurity, nervous. And that goes back to using your intuition. And remember to ask your guides for help too, because if you ask them for help, they're going to help you. Because remember, our spirit guides are always there to help us. Archangels, they're always there to assist us. So if you ask for guidance, they will help give it to you. But also use your intuition, because a lot of times they give you guidance through your intuition. Like they might not come out and tell you or show up in a vision to tell you, but they can tell you through your intuition, and that's a way of guiding you. So just make sure you're following your gut instinct and your intuition. If something feels off, it's off. If you see red flags and something doesn't feel right, pay attention to that. That's your intuition telling you something's not right. But I feel like in this situation, it has the potential to be a really good new beginning in love. But we have to kind of watch that in ourselves, that defensiveness, that insecurity. And if this is a job situation, new beginning of something you love, leaving behind, like I was talking about, I know I'm shifting gears, but going back to the job situation, getting out of a situation where what you were sad, you're heartbroken, it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to. And you have a new beginning in something you love. And let's just say it's like a new type of employment, or maybe you're starting your own business or something in a genre that you're really excited about, right? That you love. And I feel like if that's the case, you're going to have some insecurity because you don't know where this is going with this new beginning. So once again, and it kind of applies to this as well with a job situation. Be careful with, the negative energy. With what I feel like this isn't so much being defensive, it's like eternal. Like I'm hearing, don't have negative thoughts about it. Like don't well, it's not going to work out. This probably isn't going to work for me. That's what I'm saying. Like that low vibrational negative thoughts that we can have in our head about it, don't have those thoughts. Like fight that. So I feel like in the job situation, this would be more eternal. Like you're fighting against those or fighting against fear, because there's a sense of insecurity too, about this move. So you could go, you could be excited about the new beginning, but you're feeling a little insecure and you could be afraid. And it's kind of giving you, that defensive type or lower vibrational thought process about it in your head. And it could be that the King of Wands in that situation, I feel would be, it could be maybe this new job opportunity is coming that you'll love is coming through somebody you know. Like maybe somebody is starting a business and something that you would be excited about that you like to do. And they're like, hey, you want to join me and be my business partner on this. And it could be somebody in this King of Wands energy, and it could be male or female. It's just the energy of the King of Wands that's helping you to move forward with this job opportunity. Or maybe it's somebody that's working at a different place that you would like to be there. You're excited and there's a job opening they tell you about, and they help you kind of get through the process of getting hired. So something like that, like somebody could come in and help you get to this new beginning in something you love doing. But I feel like if that's the case, if it's a job situation, it's going to be very like lucrative and good for you. Like you're going to be very happy about it. Just like this little kid, he's on this horse. You see how happy he is? So you're going to be very happy, like, yay, something real excited. And it's going to be like a much better fit for you than where you've come from in the past. Like, because you were dealing with a situation that had you in this energy. And so it's going to be a much better place for you, a much better fit for you as a job, as an employment. And you've been working hard on this because this is our past card, remember? So you've been working hard on this. So maybe you've been, getting your resume updated, putting out networking, putting out information to see what's out there as far as other opportunities. Or if you're, creating your own business or trying to, you could be doing the paperwork and preliminary research on getting that going. But something you've been working on for a while. So it looks like whether it's a job opportunity or it's a relationship, and I feel like for majority of you, this would be a relationship. I feel like maybe just a small percentage watching this, it would resonate with the job situation. I feel that this is more geared towards a relationship for the majority of the people who are going to view this. But I feel like it's, from whatever you're coming from, you're leaving this behind. You're leaving that heartbreak, that sadness, that melancholy. You're leaving that behind and you're going into this energy being, in a new beginning in love. That's very exciting, and it's going to be very positive for us air signs. It's going to be a very good experience, very positive. And I feel like we will get out of this kind of defensive, like thinking negative in our head type energy in this instance. We're going to get out of this, but it's going to take a little bit of time, but we're going to get out of that type of energy because of the sun. We're going to end up getting out of it and being much more in a higher vibrational, um, much more healed place with it and dealing with that. But definitely we need to follow our intuition through all of this. I feel strongly like even though we're going to end up in a good place, air signs with these cards, end up in that good place, we want to use our intuition to help guide us there and take it step by step. But I feel like we are going to end up in a very good place with this new beginning coming in. And I'm excited about this. As an air sign myself, I'm like pumped up about this reading, and leaving this behind. It's going to be good for us. It's going to be good for us. So it looks like coming into the week of November 2nd through the 8th, I feel like even though we're in that good place with that Queen of Pentacles energy, and we feel kind of stable and secure, and we're in a good spot that way, this new beginning, I feel, is like just starting to come in. Like just starting to come in here in the beginning of November. And then, we're still dealing with this a little bit. We're still healing from this a little bit. And we need to do, okay, I'm hearing we need to do healing. Like we need to get mostly out of this energy, like 99.9% healed and out of it before this, in the near future, this person can come in, because they can't come in as long as we're still wallowing in this sadness and heartbreak. Like we have to heal and get through this before that new person can come in. So this is in the near future. So, and the way energy does time is different. It's not like linear time, because linear time doesn't exist. It's an illusion. So it's just in the now. We're just in the now. So this could happen, depending on where we're at in the energy as individuals, because everyone's going to be different. This new person could come in, by the end of November. They could come in December. So I really don't have a time frame, but I just know it's going to happen in the near future. So that could be within the next couple months. But I feel like we definitely need to do a lot of we need to finish doing this inner work to heal and get through this heartbreak and sadness before this new beginning can really come in. And I feel like the atmosphere is a new beginning in love right now, currently, but it's just starting to happen. It's just like we're healing well, and we're just getting into the point of the very beginnings of this, but we still have healing to do before that person can come in. But, with the Sun here and the Ace of Cups, I mean, even though if it takes us another month or two to heal through this, it's going to be a nice new beginning. It looks like it has the potential of being a really great, like, love relationship for us in the future. But we do have to do that healing before we can really, that person can really come in. So that's what I have for us, air signs. This is a really deep reading for this week. So that's what I have, though. But it's an exciting reading, because even though, we're dealing with that right now, it looks like in the near future, we're going to have a lot of good stuff coming in for us, like a new beginning in love. And that's exciting, whether it's employment or a relationship. That's just exciting. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that reading. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.